7A.2 Prepositions of Location in Set Phrases. Let's first take a look at auf. Ja? Deine Bücher liegen auf dem Tisch.
Ich war gestern auf der Bank.
Greta hat Gemüse auf dem Markt gekauft. So we have 3 sentences, all of them use auf. Try to translate them into English.
So the book lays on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Greta bought fruit at the market.
At the market, so but is it at the table or on the table?
It's on the
On
table.
the table. So we can say auf can mean on, that's what we learned, but it can also mean at in English, but in German it's always auf, So auf dem Tisch is that, so when do we use auf? So because all these prepositions are not really 100% transferable between English and German, so we need to learn when we use them. So when do we use auf?
So based on these 3 sentences, we always use auf when something is on something.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Like literally, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so literally on something, the book is on the table. Or we would use them.
This one is a hard one, right? Bank.
Yeah, so this is where I, as an English speaker, have questions about
Yeah.
why we would say bank or market.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's take a look. So we use auf with the dative, that's also important, to indicate that something is located on a horizontal surface. Now we had that with the book. Or, and that's the harder one, to describe a location in a public building or open space. So public building, for example, is a bank, but it also mostly very often refers to government institution, like for example, the courthouse. Ich gehe auf das Gericht. It's not, I don't really know why, but maybe we can see that we in Europe, we see the government all the way high up here, so we're going up to them, we're seeing up to them. And then also some open spaces, and that's a very tricky one. You might try to memorize the specific situations in certain open spaces, for example the market, or also Campingplatz, campground. Greta hat schöne Blumen auf dem Markt gekauft, but we will see it's not as clear, but you will definitely see it used with open spaces. So an der Wand, let's look at an. An der Wand hängt ein schöner Adventskalender.
Am Strand war es heute cool und windig.
Ich fahre diesen Sommer ans Meer.
So the first one is on the wall hangs an advent calendar.
Mm-hmm.
At the beach, it's cool and windy.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to the beach in the summer.
Mm-hmm. So here we have 3 different ones. We have at, we have on, and we have to, right? But they all are an in German. So the first one is pretty logical, right? Is it?
So if something's hanging on a wall?
Yeah, if something's like, what is it, vertical, horizontal?
Vertical.
Vertical, yeah, something's vertical. And then the other ones, do they have something in common if you look at the pictures?
So they're both right at the water.
So that's at the water, so let's see. So we use an together with the dative to indicate a location on, what was said, or at a water, wall or body of water. So a wall was one that's pretty logical, but also at a border. Whenever we have a border or a body of water, and a body of water is kind of a border as well, right? It's the border between land and sea. So that's what we need to consider with an. Die Sonnenbrille ist in meiner Handtasche.
Die Kinder spielen gern im Park.
Ich wohne in der Joachimsthaler Straße.
Ich habe die Information im Internet gefunden. So we're using in. So my sunglasses are in my purse. The child plays in the park. I live on Yoakamister Street. And I found the information on the internet.
On the internet. So we have in and on, yes, in this case. So let's see. We use in also again with the dative to indicate a location on or in an enclosed space. For example, the purse, in der Handtasche, or ich wohne in der Joachimsthaler Straße, and then die Kinder spielen im Park. Yeah, but then that's said in this case for park we use in, for the marketplace we use auf. Yeah, so it's not always as clear cut as it looks like in the textbook. Yeah, but just see there's different options. Note also that the idea of an enclosed space includes the radio, television or Internet. Das habe ich im Radio gehört oder das können wir im Internet finden oder das habe ich im Fernsehen gesehen. Ich wohne in Deutschland.
Desiree wohnt in Frankreich.
Karl wohnt in der Schweiz.
Mary und Paul wohnen in den USA.
So, wir haben in Deutschland, in Frankreich, aber in der Schweiz oder in den USA.
So we're talking about the countries or the state that we live in.
So we also use in with countries, yeah, in states.
But if a state is, or something is, it looks like feminine or plural, then we have to add something.
Yeah, we have plural. Is USA. What does USA stand for?
United States.
United States. Plural, yeah. So we need to show that it's plural. We need to add an article in that dative plural, in den. Yeah. Und Schweiz is, for some reason, it is feminine. I don't know why. It's die Schweiz. Und Deutschland is not feminine. Yeah. Frankreich is not feminine.
So if it's feminine or plural, we just have to add an extra article.
An article, but in dative case.
In dative.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and not so many countries are feminine or plural though. So
Okay.
we have die Schweiz and there's die Türkei and a few others. We have die USA, the United States, oder die Niederlande, the Netherlands.
Oh.
Yeah, but most of them are not feminine. To indicate location in a country whose name is feminine or plural, use in with the dative form of the definite article plus the country name. Ich kaufe gern bei Aldi ein.
Als Student wohnte Nils im Sommer bei seinen Eltern.
Anna war gestern beim Friseur.
Das Restaurant liegt bei Wilhelmshaven.
Bei schönem Wetter gehen wir spazieren. So here's another one, by. Yeah. It does not really always refer to the English that we know by. Now let's see.
So I shop at Aldi,
At.
or the restaurant is by Wilhelmshaven,
Close by, right?
close by, or the weather. Let's see. So the weather would be nice today.
If the weather, under the condition that the weather is nice today, if we're going on a walk. What is with the Student?
So the student lives in the summer with their parents.
So we have under the condition, so we have close by. So by doesn't mean a lot of things. Can you see any of them? Can you see any explanation here?
So if like with or around seems to be by. So like I'm near something.
Nearby, right?
Yeah, and then like you said, the condition of the weather. And then I shop at Aldi, so it's like a specific grocery store.
Okay, so let's see. In 5B3 you learned that by is always used with the dative case as well. Use by with the noun referring to a person or a business to indicate a location at a person's home or at the place of business. Ja, wir sagen, ich kaufe bei Aldi ein, it's the business, but also if you live with the person, not only businesses. For example, ich wohne bei meinen Eltern. And you can also use by to mean near a location or in the presence of a condition. Ja, that's bei Wilhelmshaven oder bei schönem Wetter. Jasmin erzählte uns von ihren Problemen.
Bernd muss einen Brief an die Tante schreiben.
Ich denke immer an unseren schönen Urlaub in der Türkei. So there's also certain verbs that do require a certain preposition. Yes, similar as in English, I'm thinking of. Ja, in German ist ich denke an. Ja, or to write to is to schreiben an. Ja, erzählen von is to talk about. So they don't match up. So it's von, erzählen von, schreiben an und denken an. So you always need to basically memorize certain prepositions with specific verbs. And some of them require the accusative, some the dative, unfortunately. So certain combination of verbs and prepositions have specific idiomatic meanings. The preposition in these fixed expressions are always followed by the same case, regardless of whether the verb they are associated with indicates location or movement. So here are a few of that require the dative. Angst haben vor oder fragen nach, helfen mit. Here are some of the accusative ones. Antworten auf, schreiben an oder warten auf. So let's see if you can find out which ones are with dative or accusative. Yeah?
So wir haben lang auf den Bus gewartet.
Because it's warten auf, yeah? Is with accusativ. Antworte bitte auf.
Die Frage.
Die Frage ist also akkusativ. Meine Nichte hat Angst vor
Dem Hund.
dem Hund, der was Dativ. Professor Weiß arbeitet an
Dem Buch.
dem Buch. Ja. Die ersten zwei waren Akkusativ. Ja. Warten auf Akkusativ. Antworten auf ist auch Akkusativ. Dann Angst haben vor ist Dativ. Und arbeiten an ist auch Dativ. Okay, danke.
Danke.